Hi poopsies, welcome back to another ASMR session. I thought I'd add a particular theme here. Before I begin, subscribe, tap the bell, press all notifications to get notified of new videos from me every single week, and check my website to book your own tarot readings. I also do Reiki, ASMR custom videos, coffee cup, candle wax readings. So let's begin. I'm going to do this pick a card, and basically I do it a bit differently than I normally do. I have 4 cards in each pile and 4 piles. I'm also going to, I think like last time I did this, shuffle more cards for your reading along with intuitive writing. So I'm going to write down what messages the universe is picking up, because I don't just do tarot. Like, that's kind of why I do coffee cup and candle wax readings. Like, I can pretty much predict just sitting down and closing my eyes, or picking up a feeling or a sense or an intuition. So I thought I'd give that a shot for this, so it's not just going to be these 4 cards like always. Okay, so card 1 is going to be this red jasper stone. So card 1 is red jasper. Card 2 is pink tourmaline. So whatever draws you in, pink tourmaline. Card 3 will be this black tourmaline. Black tourmaline. And card 4 will be sunstone. Sunstone is card 4. So pick card 1, the red jasper. Card 2, pink tourmaline. Card 3, black tourmaline. Or card 4, sunstone. Whatever draws you in. You could pick multiple, all of them, or just one of them. Up to you. Whatever draws you in. So let's begin with pick a card 1. Put these aside here. Okay. You pick the red jasper, pick a card 1. Let's see what the divine guided message is for you. Okay. Very interesting. So there's something you're losing faith about. There's something in particular your faith is wavering about. You feel maybe disconcerted, or you feel insecure in yourself about maybe it's uncertainty. It could be uncertainty with the way the world is right now. That's kind of intuitively what I'm picking up. Maybe you're not feeling comfortable in the world you're living in. You don't feel like a sense of security or safety is maybe compromised a bit, or you just feel like a personal sense of like maybe disconnection with other people, a bit of fear perhaps, and that's okay. And that's okay to feel sometimes, sometimes you just kind of got to live in the moment. I'm saying you have to live in the present moment of just being in who you are, stepping into who you are, and really just allowing yourself to be feeling okay and comfortable. So getting this card here, the King of Wands. So let's see. I haven't used this card in so long. I usually use this for my bookings on my website. But yeah, I noticed immediately, so like, I'm telling you that because I have to study these like more. I mean, I've used them before, but sometimes I have to like really look at them because their illustrations are so in depth, and sometimes you don't see things right away pop up because they're black and white illustrations. But the candle, like this candle, like it popped out to me. He's holding this candle. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. You're in darkness, you may not be able to see. He's like trying hard to see. He's like holding up the candle, like really trying hard to see in the darkness. He's really just holding it up And even the horse is blind, right? Like you can't see a future for yourself. You can't see. Even for this world, it's like you just feel so confused. And look, there's so many things cluttering your mind, confusing you in so many ways. And you just have to kind of have a vision and a focus, right? Your faith is definitely wandering here in so many ways. Thankfully, coming up into the future, you will feel more found than lost. You'll feel a sense of security rather than uncertainty. And right now it's like you're just adventurous. Maybe you're just like an explorer in this world. Like you're just still trying to figure out why things are happening the way they are, what I need to do to feel better about this world or myself in this world. And I think you're just really beginning, maybe in the baby stages of trying to figure that out, okay? And I keep being drawn to this stone because it's like there's a reason I picked red jasper. It's a very nurturing stone. People who need to like nurture themselves and heal with it. I'm also seeing this card. And this judgment in reverse here is kind of telling me like things may not always work out amongst others. But you have to expose yourself to others first to really figure out who you are, to figure out yourself, to see like, okay, who am I amongst this group of people? How do they perceive me? How do I perceive myself? Like, what is my purpose divinely here? What am I trying to share with the world? What am I trying to spread? What message am I trying to bring across to people? You know, and that's something that you have it in you. It's like a talent. It's an ability. Like I said, this jasper is like a nurturing, calming. But I think that light within you just need to find. And that's when you'll build that faith and that security within yourself to see who you truly are in God's name. So let's shuffle. I'm going to start with this deck again. Just shuffle and pick a card. Just one card. See what else is going on with you. What else do we need to know about this situation? These feelings that you're feeling, this uncertainty, this mode of existence where you feel like you don't recognize the world you're in, or you just feel like you don't know what's going on. Yeah, so this is, if that couldn't describe it more accurate, more precise, I don't know what will. Between two worlds, between two forces, like moon and sunshine, like sort of just again exposed your bare self, but like you're trying your best to be grounded but still connect to your higher self. And it's like a battle of two worlds, yin and yang, but also more like really feeling as if you don't belong here, and these feelings of uncertainty and disconnection. Something with the number 12, maybe the cycle of 12 months. Maybe you have to go through this for a whole year to really get out of these feelings, get out of this experience that you're experiencing. But you also got to have fun with it. Like, look how silly, like he looks silly, like no shirt, but like a, you know, the Joker in the playing cards, like Joker pants, like striped checkered pants. Like, you just gotta have fun. Look, he's wearing boots, like, and he has his boot tied to the tree. Like, he could escape if he wanted to. He could just take off the boot, you know, but, or his pants, I guess, I don't know. Like, he could escape. He can wiggle his way out, right? But we sometimes trap ourselves in and ground ourselves to something we maybe should move on from. So maybe it's like you're focusing and directing your energy too much on one thing. Let's see what else is going on. I'm going to use this deck of cards. What else I think, dear God, dear universe, we should know about this person? If we pick a card one, the red jasper stone. Let's see what else we need to know. What else we should be guided by intuitively. Thank you, thank you. Maybe you're not meditating enough. Maybe you're not in a place where you are reflecting enough on why you're feeling these ways. Again, notice he's rooted by the tree. Notice he's rooted by the tree. There's a reason of all. Guys, there's like 150 cards total that I just shuffled. How can the 2 be a guy next to a tree? Come on. I mean, you know, that's telling you something. Maybe you need to sit by a tree. But notice the sun shining through above. See that? Just as he is here. Sun shining through on him. And he's grounding himself. And look, one of the cups flying, right? The 3 are settled here, but 1 is flying. You need to connect to source more. Okay, and it's in reverse, so it's telling me you're not doing that enough. You need to do that more. Again, that grounding connection within. Oh, look, I even put the stone by the tree. There's a tree right here. I mean, come on. Really, I intuitively picked it from here. You notice, and I relocated here without even knowing. There's a reason I picked this, I guess, right? It's really trying to tell me, like, there's something about that, like when you just put your feet on the grass, barefoot, when you sit by a tree, there's something about it. I can't explain. I know I did this as a child. I used to always just hug trees for no reason. Like I didn't even know people did that. But I didn't even know what a tree hugger was. Like, it just intuitively, like, the children know what to do. And we lose that. And again, this Jasper is very good for children as well. We just know that it's healing. That's it. You don't need any other help or source. You don't need anything. You don't need to eat an apple a day to keep him away, you know? You just need nature. And I think that will help you build and bring that connection back as well. A mix of that will bring understanding of yourself, like who you are on this earth. Okay, so I will write down my intuition. Pick a card 1. All of a sudden I'm drawn to asparagus. What does asparagus have to do with you? Asparagus. It's like very viney asparagus, like dark green forest color asparagus. Maybe you need to eat more asparagus or healthier diet. But do you notice asparagus you can only eat like 1/2 of it, the other half is too chewy. You can't ever really eat the whole, and you still gotta chop like the end, and even after you chop the end, you still gotta like leave that little bit, and it causes you to like flush out a weird like smelly color. Yeah, asparagus is quite a weird, it's like you don't gotta look too deep, like you gotta maybe look at the edge, right, of things. You don't want to get too spiritual. Okay, so I have a healthy balance. I think that's what's trying to guide me to tell you. All of a sudden, yellow jasper came to mind. So I'm just going to say that red and yellow jasper may be good for you, like grounding, like could be root and sacral, solar plexus type of deal, like very grounding energies I'm picking up again. There's an eyeball I'm seeing with like super long eyelashes. Like you're trying to see into things, maybe. Like a very curious eye. Eye with eyelashes. Long. Forgot to write long. Maybe you're trying to reach out far and see wide and far. Very curious soul you are. Let's see what else I pick up. Oh my god, all of a sudden this pen drew me in. Notice that it's striped. What card did I pick? This guy has the striped pants. What's it with you and stripes? Is there something about you and stripes? Stripes. You know what I'm getting? Honestly, sometimes you're this color stripe, sometimes you're this stripe. That's life. Sometimes you'll be the darkness and then the light within. Sometimes you'll feel glum and sad. Sometimes you'll feel bright and happy and cheerful and energetic, you know. But it's always striped. It's always uniform. So go with that balance in between, like there's a happy medium, right? You can find your peace and happiness within. That's what I'm saying. I think that's everything. Okay. Thank you so much. Pick a card one. I hope the message came through to you. Now, if you pick the card number 2, the pink tourmaline. Let's see what the guided message is for you. Okay. Let's see here. Wow. All of a sudden the candle started to fizzle out. Like, maybe you're making some noise or some influence, but it's like, it's making you feel down because maybe people are not listening to you. People are not understanding you. They're not figuring out you. They're not getting to know you. Maybe you don't feel heard. And that's why this candle's making noise. Like, you need to make some noise. Sometimes you need to be more assertive and say, hey, stand your ground. There's a deeper level impact and meaning to your life. Like, sometimes you may feel like meaningless, hopeless, lost, helpless, and you need to figure out who you are through everything, your connection of everything. I'm also seeing the 3 of Wands here. What is this trying to tell you? I have a feeling that maybe you should look at this card a little. What is it trying to tell you? I'll give you a moment to look. Take a deep breath. Maybe look at it and close your eyes and get an image of your head. Where this person is, what they're doing with their life. Why are they here in this illustration? I'll give you a moment. This candle's really fizzing. I was drawn to this Aries, maybe your fire sign. And fire signs, even if it's your rising or moon, they love to be heard. They love to be understood. And maybe you're not used to having to be grounded. Right? I'm thinking of this pink tourmaline, it has pink, but it's still very grounding, right? It still has to be suppressed or silenced in some way. And you don't like that. You want to be heard. You have big dreams here. I'm also seeing you're passionate, adventurous, young, fit, maybe athletic. And again, you have that air, that energy about you. Could also be air. Okay, fire, air here. Because of the influences here with money, it's one half is sort of wanting to be heard. The other half is wanting more to life as well. You just kind of want everything right now, maybe. And maybe you feel restricted. Look, he's trying to go to the boat and he can't. He's restricted by these 3 wands here. He can't go. He's barefoot. He can't go. Okay. He, meaning you, if you're a woman, she, obviously you interpret it as that. This is a very individualistic reading for you specifically, no one else. So it's maybe you are having some concerns with money. Maybe you are, oh, this makes sense now. I'm drawn to this suddenly. So it's like you want a dream, but you can't get it due to finances, right? Like there's something you want, like maybe this person wants a boat. You know, that this image will only represent what it means to you. I can only pick up what I pick up. So, you want some more to fund that dream, right? But you can only have so much, okay? Like your feet are crisscross here and you just, I mean, look at this person. This card always makes me a bit sad, you know? It's like they really are in lack. Look at them. They're like looking at the money and they're like, oh, I only have this one pentacles. I can't do much with that. But you are the queen of pentacles, or the king, whoever's watching. Look, she has everything. But also kind of sad, because look how dried up she is. Like she looks very like dried up. Like even her cattle is like very dried up, right? Like maybe malnourished, or maybe she doesn't have enough time to take care of her animal. Like look at her hair is like literally dried up elk horns or whatever that is. I mean, she kind of just put her hair up real quick. Like she doesn't have time to even take care of herself. She's surrounded all by wealth and affluence. So again, it's like, don't focus too much on that stuff either. Like maybe you want it all. You want to be heard. You want to be rich. But is it really worth it when you end up upset either way, right? You end up in lack. She's in lack, even though she has everything around her. Look, even her crops are dry and dead. You know, what comes within, and that can be hard to analyze, you are enough. You don't have to necessarily be heard. If you don't feel like you're being heard, go to another group of people. If you don't feel like you have enough money, work at it. But you don't have to get, at least you have like a goal to work to, right? Like some people are living like dead, like they have no goals or dreams or vision for their life. So it's like, at least you have that, right? So keep that in mind. Okay, let's shuffle the cards and see more. What's going on? Pick a card 2. Anything else we need to know? Pick a card. See what you have to me. Pick a card. Reading 2. What else should they know? What else should they be aware of? Yes, the Pentacles comes through yet again. A lack of abundance. It's in reverse. It's like you don't have enough maybe even to supply your kids or your children. I see children here. You feel kind of just really like down right now and upset about like not being in control, not having the availability or ability to provide even a future. Maybe you have a lot of kids and you're thinking about their futures and oh my god, each kid needs like this much money for their future and their college and their, what if I die tomorrow? Like they're not gonna have anything. Oh my god. And you're like thinking about their future, or if you want children, maybe you're thinking about like that and their future, and it's like adding up and building this immense amount of pressure. You're almost like a rock, like you know how much pressure it takes to build like a diamond or a crystal, you know, so much. But then when they get action-packed jammed together, look how beautiful they turn out. So it's like you need to go through that grinding stone-built pressure. You are a diamond here, and you will attract more when you're this beautiful, precious pearl of nature, you know. So keep that in mind rather than the lack of abundance. Okay, keep that in mind. Let's see more about this. Pick a card. 2 reading. What else is going on with this pick a card reading? Yeah, it could also feel like, excuse me, it could also feel like maybe missed friendships. Like they're just like, yeah, it's more like this again, like feeling this sadness, this weakness, this disappointment, this lack of like connection lately, but it's because you're evolving. You're not going to ride the same carriage horse of comfort for long. And look how fabulous and lustrous this horse is. She's all adorned, but look at him. He's like bored. Like, you're ready to move on. This him is you. You're ready to move on to more. You're seeking more. The wreath is adorned on his wand. He's ready and preparing for more. Okay, there's more to life than just being bored being pampered all the time, being treated like a king. Like, you have that type of personality that wants more and wants more attention and wants to be heard and do more. And so your comfort level right now is not where it's at. That's what I'm saying. So you need to move on and prepare to do other things ahead. God is preparing you for, okay? All right, so let's do an intuitive for pick a card 2. Let's do an intuitive reading. See what I feel and sense. Like yellow dried grass is what I'm seeing. It's like dry yellow grass. It's sort of like when you don't take care of the grass or water it, or there's too much sunlight, you're not feeding your grass enough nutrients. Like, you're neglecting it. You're neglecting the time to realize like what your real wishes and dreams and wants are. So maybe you're spending too much time with friends you shouldn't, that don't have dreams, that don't have goals for their life. Right? I'm immediately drawn to this. Look how dry her crops. I mean, she looks like she's on her last breath. I mean, no offense to this lady, but she can hold as big of a pentacle as she wants here, but it's not going to serve anyone any good. Holding on to money where it's like your grass is drying, right? Like, you know what that means. Let's see what else I feel and sense. It's like blue bubbles. It feels like you're drowning. It's like someone's drowning in water, and like the water is sucking them in, like drowning in water and blue bubbles. Like, when someone's drowning, it's like the bubbles come out of their mouth. It's like they can't breathe right. It's just like you're struggling to find yourself in this weird world. It's like you're struggling to breathe. Maybe you're struggling to fit into, like, you're trying too hard to do something. It's like fighting the wave that's sucking you in. You're trying too hard to I forgot to write that wave sucking in. Trying hard to fight the current, right? Like the current reality of life. And sometimes you need to let go and let it take you where it needs to take you. That it's going to take you out of that water and into somewhere greater. Let's see what else I'm seeing. Yeah, it's like I'm seeing a lady dancing in like a white polka dot dress, like in the fields, and she's happy, and it's like the grass is still dead and dry around her, but she's happy, and she's playing with her husband and her kids. Like, they're all dancing and playing in circles, and like they're carefree. Like they can exist in the dryness and still be happy, right? That's what I see for you. However the message connects with you. Dancing woman, polka dot dress. Maybe this is intuitive channeling. I do this sometimes in my work, so it's like maybe someone's wearing a polka dot dress watching this as well now. Like it means whatever it means to you, but I know for sure it has some point or purpose here. Polka dot dress with husband, kids. Happy around dry grass. I know that's like crazy. Like, it's not even her property. They're just visiting. Like, why would they care that the grass is dry, right? So why would you care if sometimes you have money, sometimes you don't? It comes and goes, doesn't it, for us all? What's the point? How you feel. So what? No one listens to you. Say, okay, you have a nice day. I'm gonna go and talk to someone else and be on my way. Why should I waste my time and energy watering dry grass when it's already dead? It's too late for this woman. She's lived her life and her years. She's made billions of dollars, and that's all she knows. You can't rewire and reprogram a 78-year-old. Do you know what I'm saying? I think you do. Let's see here. I'm seeing like a lot. It doesn't even make sense, to be honest. You know those like early 2000s Microsoft screensavers that have like the squigglies just at like random? Like that's what I'm seeing. I think it's just like the random non-uniformness of existence is sort of what you're experiencing now. It's like you don't really know what to expect, and that's kind of your waiting period. It's like you don't know what way those little worm colored things are going to turn next. Random color energies. So I think that's sort of the message here, whatever that connects with you. Okay, you just have to let life happen. You just have to be kind of existing carefree right now, and just, if someone doesn't want to give you the time and attention, move on. You know, that's not for you right now, at least. Okay, it's not good to always want attention, but that's you right now, and I have to respect that reading. Okay, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing now. That's what I'm trying to say. Keep going. But if someone doesn't respect that, move on. Okay. All right. So if you pick a card, 3, the black tourmaline. Let's see what the guided divine message is for you. Let's see. This is interesting. Transformation, evolution, letting go, not holding on anymore to the things you used to. There's something powerful about this. I don't know why. You hold a lot of power, but I don't think you know how much. If I have to give you some advice, I feel like you're on the right path here. But there's a confidence and a belief in yourself that you must attain and learn once and for all. It's like you must require the permission to give yourself that, like clouds. I'm suddenly drawing the cloud here in this map. Clouds exist. They do what they do. They're confident they'll give rain. They're confident they'll absorb enough vapor to do their job. They're confident to give coverage and protection from too much sunlight. They're confident to continue dispersing and floating and forming into other clouds. You need to hold yourself in. Clouds have existed for millions. I mean, there's clouds on Mars. I mean, so like you need to have the ability to know that you can do this, whatever this is. It's like holding firmly into your own, knowing truthfully who you are, and allowing the magic to happen, allowing the wheel of life to spin, just as the clouds. There's never a cloud that stays the same, ever. Like every second, they are changing. They're never the stillness. They're never the same shape. And I feel like I'm seeing in my head now like a perception of like a plane flying through. Like when you're just an aircraft going 650 miles an hour in the sky above all the clouds, it all looks the same. They all look like they're not moving. But you ever fly through a cloud? It's like nothing. It's like you can, like clouds look like they're cotton candy, but they're nothing. They're just there. Like you can easily go through it. But that's why, because they're nothing, it's like they're more pliable, you know, like enough wind and they just shift away, right? So I guess with that said, I'm trying to say like that sort of life takes us, like we're kind of like clouds and we just go through the wheel of life and we have no choice in that. Your life is not the same when you're 1 year old and when you're 98 years old. There have been probably 10 lives you've lived in that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just how it is. So I think you need to not be so hard on yourself, to focus on like the current state of reality, but know your power to change as the weather does, right? And to, if you're trying to hold on to see how like she's like, even she looks like she's in movement. Look, her little dress is constantly in motion in the wind. Same as you're constantly in motion. Maybe you're an air sign, okay? Even water, like constantly in motion, like shifting, right? Never still, never same. It's ironic I picked black tourmaline because it's a very grounding one. So I think it's almost like you need that grounding in you to like maybe stray away from your air water sign a little bit more, right? Like maybe focus on just existing as this cloud, right? And being nothing for a while, right? Like just kind of not nothing, not like devalue you in any way, but clouds have a purpose. They provide rain, nutrients, coverage, protection from UV rays. Like, even though you may feel like nothing, you're doing so many jobs. Like, you ever heard the expression, like, if you were to be gone from this earth, like, things would just be in such disruption and chaos. You ever feel that? Like, you just kind of know you have to be here. It's kind of a feeling. And again, it's like there'll be good and bad moments. There'll be moments you don't feel in power over yourself or the world around you. You just have to in any negative situation, sometimes compromise and realize you can move away from that instance. You can move away. You can let life be mysterious. You can let life shine the way for you. So then I'm drawn to this Loch Ness monster here in the corner. There's a Loch Ness monster here. It's like you can just be, even if people don't know who you are, what you are. You don't have to know your identity. You don't have to know who you are in this world, okay? It's just you have to let go of the expectation that you know, because you don't, right? I suddenly see the clouds here in the distance of this girl. Like, she may be so focused on this cup, but she's not even paying attention to the background and the beauty. The waves crashing ashore and the scenery around her. And I was also drawn here, like the waves here, the sailboat, right? It's like you don't realize how much beauty there is to life. Like the dolphin, right? It's a pirate boat, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. Like there's beauty in the darkness of this world too. Let's see more. Just like this black tourmaline. It's a dark stone, but it's beautiful. Allow me to see and say. Let me see and say, dear God, to universe. Thank you. I love you, God. Oh, yep. They threw a card. When they spit out a card, I don't even try. They're clearly telling you the message, okay? When you book a tarot website, by the way. And I know you will, because I'm expecting you. I'm waiting on you. I'm psychic. I already know you're coming. Jokes aside, when you book, you can also request it in ASMR if you would like. Just make sure you put it in the message. Otherwise, I might not see the message, okay? Okay, there's a message box when you book on my website. People forget to do that, and then, like, sometimes the email goes to spam. I don't see your email, so just be sure you do that, okay? Two of Swords in reverse. So basically, they're trying to say that you're gonna do a good job of letting this go, okay? Some of you a Libra moon, maybe that's messing with your head. But let this go, okay? You're gonna do a good job of letting this go again, and not letting it blind you, not letting it sabotage the way you're seeing the world, the way you're perceiving things. Intuitively, I'm holding the card here. What do you see? What's connecting with you? I'll give you a moment to connect with this image. I was drawn to their clothing. It's so cool. It's like you have the protection of the moon. Look, he's adorned and crest with this moon, moon, moon. The three moons. What is with three? I keep seeing threes, even in other readings. It's like, this is the Two of Swords. I think I'm just gonna let it settle and marinate, because that's the message for you. Whatever you picked up is the message for you. What else is going on? Allow me to connect with my poopsie. I find it so entertaining when someone stumbles upon my YouTube channel for the very first time and they see tarot reading and they click and they're so confused when I whisper. They're like, why are you whispering? It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's amazing how many people still don't know what ASMR is like. I'm surprised. I wish they knew sooner the benefits. Let's see. Yeah, so no more fighting yourself, okay? Again, no more crossing into enemies, no more crossing into fits with people, no more this fighting against, like sometimes maybe the swords can also represent like going to battle, like no more of that. You're just letting go again, okay? No more of that having to charge forward and take action and be the leader or to take the step. Right now is a very passive time for everyone. We realize there's a loss of control for everyone in this world now. We don't have control. No one truly has freedom. No one truly has control over anything in this world. So I think that's like bothering you somehow, and maybe that's like needing to work on that in this moment, just sitting in that, knowing that I have to be this, again, this passing cloud, okay? At certain moments in my life. So let's be able to connect more with, pick a card, 3. Intuitive prediction. Let's see what I sense. Yeah, it's like you're going through this, like, I can't even explain it. Like this sharp, puncturing, crystalline diamond cavern that's just like, you can't even go through it because it's so sharp. But it's like, go through it anyway and come out the other end another person. It's like another shell of who you once were. Like that will take away the garbage of what you don't need from your life, and you become a new. I don't know how to describe it. I'll just write crystal, cavern, sharp. Maybe sharpen your intuition, sharpen your way of alignment of who you are, and understanding of like, yes, like sharpening your skills and work maybe would be recommended. Like this will sharpen you. A sharper mind, sharper image of who others are, who you are. What else am I picking up? It's like a Thanksgiving feast. Like I just seeing you like eating food, eating a lot of food. Maybe you're just enjoying doing that now. Eating more than usual. I could also mean like craving more for life. Eating more. Wanting more. And celebration. It feels like a celebration. Looks like a celebration. Like I said, like a Thanksgiving dinner. Maybe you're thankful right now for all that you have. Thanksgiving. It's not always literal interpretation, right? You're giving thanks. And you're being rewarded with all this food. Okay, it could be like money or whatever. Love. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I literally saw a chicken getting zapped by lightning. Like, what is that? Oh my god. A chicken. It's like something out of a cartoon, I swear. A chicken getting zapped by lightning. What does that mean? Wow. Lightning. When I think of chickens, I think of all things, the poor bird can't fly. And on top of that, the biggest joke of all is it gets zapped by lightning. Like that poor chicken's been through enough, right? It has to poop eggs every month, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you are that chicken. Like, you just have to go through everything bad. You have to go through the crystal cavern. Oh my god. And then some days you get to eat all this food, and the next day, like lightning, like, oh my god. Chicken also is like, bark, bark, bark. Oh, you're so chicken. Maybe you're like scared or fearful of something, and then the thing you're fearful of happens. So don't be afraid. Just kind of let life flow. That's obviously not going to happen. The chances are very slim, but it's metaphorically saying like nothing to fear. Your food will come, right? Your reward, your fulfillment. What else am I seeing? Your circulation, your movement, your joints, your muscular system. Maybe more exercise, fitness. That could be linked with the food, like maybe healthier diet instead of overconsumption. And more movements, joints, stretches, yoga, tai chi, qigong, aerobics, fitness, dance. I recommend those. Something like that, okay? Taekwondo, karate. All good for you. Suddenly this card drew me in again. It's like physical movement, but also lack of movement in the mind. Don't let the mind control you. Just control the mind to control your body. Like, take care of your body and your physical well-being and health and fitness so your mind can improve. You can feel that grounding energy so you don't have to, like, exercise is very grounding, right? So you don't have to have a concern for your life. Alright, so thank you. If you pick card 4, we have the Sunstone. sun and the star. I mean, really, come on. There's no coincidences here. And they're all intersecting here together next to each other. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it's sort of like maybe a conflict with someone. Suddenly I'm drawn to the grapes above. Maybe you owe someone some money, or there's like a bribe or a negotiation, like, oh, like let's say I watched your dog for you, you owe me this, but you didn't tell me I owed you. I thought it was a favor. Oh, but that one time I did that thing for you. Like, it's gonna go back and forth. I think you need to approach this with positive energy. That could be why I pick sunstone. It's a very like, oh, I love this stone. I think I got like the most healing from this, honestly. There's something, maybe you need to carry sunstone in your pocket when you go argue or something. I don't know. Don't go with the intent of arguing. Like, I feel like you're the type of person that's very like, maybe Spitfire, like you just want to go with the point of arguing. Like Housewives of Beverly Hills, like you know you're ready. You've prepared. You need to like go boxing me, like, you know, a punching bag, like to let out steam, like in a healthy way. You have a lot of energy. I'm suddenly feeling very, very, wow, like hot, like energetic. And you have that in you. You have that energy that you're ready to tackle, and like, but you don't always have to say what's on your mind. When someone says something, maybe take a step back and listen, but also be ready to approach with the facts when it comes time. But I feel like you doing this is just adding fuel to the fire. It's like when you're in an argument, it gets to a point where, like, when the pride and the ego gets in the way, it's too late. It's beyond control. Like, you can be as passive as you want. When it gets to that point and someone's arguing with you, there's no going back. So you gotta, like, sometimes learn a healthy balance of taking a step back, to be not proud, but almost like still channeling that energy of pride in you, in a like self pride, where like you can take a step back, because you have to have some pride, not too much. Like, if you have no pride, your self-esteem is like dead, like, you know. So you have to have some self-worth, I guess is the better word, to take a step back and say, you know what, I'm not going to argue with you today. And they might even start to initiate or start to like pushing your buttons. You could say something back, but you saying that one thing could cause them to fire back, and then they really say something that hurts you, and now you really want to get back at them, and then it just keeps going and going. So try to learn to take that precautionary, measured approach. Like I said, just let out the steam at home, but when you face them, with the best attitude, so it doesn't keep happening. I know it's hard and it takes a lot of energy, but you do have that energy within you. Yeah, you're maybe a bit frazzled right now. You're like not really channeling your spirituality enough, and you need to do that more to face. All of a sudden, I'm seeing the treasure here. I'm drawing into this treasure on the treasure map, like X marks the spot, so to speak. Like, you find the treasures within you, within your heart and soul. Okay, that's where this sun energy is, like the sun here. She even looks like a housewife, doesn't she? Like a fancy schmancy, like all that type of attitude, but still humble, right? Like like they're not, like they realize who they are, and like that they could get shut down in 2 seconds and they could be replaced, you know, on TV. So it's like, this is your reality show. Like you love the drama and the entertainment, but at the same time, it's like, who are you in all this? Like, show yourself to be the better person. So what if you didn't pay them back? Sometimes they didn't deserve it, because why were they fighting you that hard for the money? Like, wouldn't it feel better to pay someone back if they didn't argue you so much or nag you, like a nagging landlord, for example, right? The cruelty of that, you know, just let someone be in peace. Maybe forgive them for a month, you know? It's not like they don't have the money, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they own 10 other houses. So something like that I'm picking up and approaching. This does feel like a neighborhood conflict. Maybe it could be landlord, maybe it could be neighbor, maybe it could be family, but or a friend that lives in your neighborhood or close to you, like within 5-10 minutes of you, something like that. Okay, so approach with positivity and spirituality, and they will be so bored of you, they'll move on. They'll be like, whatever, and move on. It's like when you ignoring the bully doesn't work, but when you stand in your own pride and 2 feet and say something back, it doesn't always work either. So there's a healthy fine balance of like, it's almost like you want to try to be the friend with them. Like example, let's say the bully says, oh, nice shoes, door, I think the 80s wants their shoes back, and you're like looking at them and sizing them up and down and saying no comment, and they're like, huh? I learned this in hypnotherapy, when you have the power to confuse someone and enter their subconscious mind, that's when you strike, right? And I don't mean this in a manipulative way. You should never do that. But I'm saying in a way like you can hypnotize someone and be like in a confused state, or like, I like the color purple. They're gonna be like, huh? And all of a sudden you get them. By the way, did anyone ever tell you you have a really nice chin? Like you have such the nicest chin. Like be random. Like I've never seen an incredible, like more sharply, precisely defined chin. Like you will feed their ego like no business, but don't overdo it, right? Again, this takes practice and time, and you really gotta like learn people and talk to them long enough to get this, but they'll be so confused they'll just leave you alone. They won't even know what to do. Like the last thing on their mind will be to criticize you or ask you for money. They're gonna be like, you are so weird, and you just be like, yeah, I am. By the way, I come from the planet Jupiter because I'm stupider, and just walk away. And they'll be like, what is wrong with it? They will be so freaked out by you, they will leave you alone. And you may be cackling right now, but you know what? It's true. Like I've done this on bullies time and time again. They had left me alone. Like it's not even worth it to fight back. Like you just gotta show your teeth in an unclear, subconscious way, and like you give them love. You see, like you compliment them, like, oh, your chin is so beautiful. You want to be like awkward and weird and like uncomfortable, and they'll just be like, okay, dude, I get it. Like they won't have to prove that you're weird. You already know you're weird. So you stand in your pride knowing your weirdness, even though you're not that weird. You're just acting because you want them to leave you alone. So something like that, maybe that's the best technique for you. I hope that makes sense. That's like the best example I can think of in this moment in time. And people will leave you alone when you're weird. Trust me. Like you'll be that kid sitting alone at the lunch table, for example. But you will be so at peace when you're alone. It's like good. Like they leave you alone. Good, right? And you still shine. You still gave them that light, right? That like realization of like what they were doing was wrong, and they should leave you alone, right? Like they shouldn't do that to people. That's what I'm trying to say. So however that connects with you, okay? And it can help you get out of a ticket. I'm telling you, it works every time. It can help you get out of situations, like, but again, don't do it in a way it's like controlling, manipulating. Just do it in a way that flows with your personality, that's natural to you. And like when you know there's no other way to deal with this conflicting forces of people, there's sometimes some irrational, nonsensical ways of logic that you gotta make work for you to your benefit, just to put it aside and tell the enemy, leave me alone, right? Because if you know you're right in the situation, if you know they don't deserve that payback because of what they did, then you know what? You deserve to be left alone because you've had enough. I feel like you've had enough of this. Okay. I did not mean to go into that detailed explanation, but you know what? Anyway, yeah. Thankfully, you'll be able to let this go. There won't be too much you're going to be holding on to. Okay, no more battles. Look, these people in the distance are battling and bullying each other. You're like, da 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 da. When they were distracted, I took their swords. You run off, right? Not literally. freedom over you to control you and do what they're doing to you. It's like deflecting back at them, like what they're showing to you, shining the light in a good way again, in a positive way, like what they're doing is wrong and you can play their game better than they are playing. Watch. Okay, watch and see. All of a sudden I'm drawn to this anchor. It's like you're anchoring on that like security in yourself, that like you know who you are, and the skull drew me in as well. The skull, like the enemy, the scary, spooky bully does not work anymore when you're in this shining light. Okay, let's see, dear God, universe, let me see this way. For this reading, pick a card. Pick a card. Anything else we need to know? I love this smell. Oh, the smell of these cards. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. Like you gotta do that sometimes. Like you smell so good today. Like, ew, go away. And now you're the bully, right? And they leave you alone. They're scared of you, intimidated. You gotta play the weirdo freak sometimes. It's just acting. Like don't try to be friends with someone that just doesn't work out. Like scare them away. Okay, so yeah, 3 Pentacles. So overall, like maybe they see you as like the person like holding on onto all the money. Why can't they pay me back? Maybe someone's harassing you. Like every time their coworker goes out to eat lunch with you, they're like, oh, I forgot my wallet. Oh my God, like can you pay? No, you say no. I'm tired of paying for you. Find your dang wallet in your car and stop asking me to pay. You know it adds up. $10 every day adds up. Leave me up alone. Like you gotta stand up. You know you gotta stand up. You don't have all the money in the world. You maybe you do, but and you feel like you do, but stand up. Say, you know what, sister? Find your darn purse. It's in there somewhere. Stop pretending like you forgot it in the car. You can walk your butt all the way back to the car and find that purse. Sorry guys, I'm getting so passionate, but that's what I see. Okay, allow me to see. What else? Because you're literally working for that money. You're working for that money. I keep seeing the 3. The 3 keeps coming up in all these pick a cards. I don't know why. That could be also the other person is telling now their friends about you and how bad and weird you are. And because you don't want to pay for their lunch, forget them. You can walk away, right? Yes, King of Wands. You don't need anyone. You don't need anyone to tell you what to do, how to live, how to act, how to dress, who to be. Maybe they're judging. That's why I said like judging clothing. Someone's like judging what you wear, maybe. Like, you know what? You just, bye-bye, good day to you. Like you even want to say it with a British accent. If you're American, like, just start acting weird, like, good day to you. Oh, that's Australian. You know I can't do a British accent, but good day to you, mate. Yes. Okay, hello. You know, you just, you don't want these friends, I'm telling you. Like, you want them to purposely leave you alone without putting the pressure on you, and you're just gonna giggle and cackle in the corner after when you get home, like, to yourself, like, kind of suckers, they fell for it. And my tricks, right? Like, you don't even care. Like, at this point, I feel like you don't even care about these people. Like, you just gotta be doing your own thing and prospering on your own. Like, why should they take your money from you? Why should they take advantage of you? Okay, in some ways, your hard-earned work could also be you're working for them, you're helping them too much. It doesn't have to be physical money, and they're taking advantage of you, like the bully asking you to do their homework, or else they're gonna steal your change. Like, same principle here in grown-up time, right? It's not literally like you in school. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying as a metaphor. So stand into your own ground. Stand up, get that fiery energy out, like passionate, like energy, aggressive in a good way. Like, show who you are. The power of the sun is so strong. You know, that's who you are. All right, so pick a card for. Let's see what I intuitively pick up for these ones. Don't pick a card for. someone's breath, like spoken word, like someone's breath coming out. Breath or spoken word. Whatever you say has a deeper impact than what you do. It's funny because people say your actions are louder than the words, but in your specific scenario, what you say means more than what you do. Because if you walk away in shyness, in embarrassment from the bully, let's say, I say this lightly, from the person bugging you or whatever, then you're showing who you are to them, and they can take advantage of that because they see you're vulnerable. What you say is more impacting. Okay, let's see what else I'm seeing. I'm seeing the sun on the beach, but the sun is like 5 times bigger than it normally is, so you just need to shine 5 times bigger. I'm seeing coffee beans, whole beans. It's like one bean doesn't make a difference, but you as a whole, multiple hundreds of beans, thousands of beans, makes huge impact. It could also mean like caffeine relating to like your energy again. Coffee beans. Like one thing you say may not make sense, but in the whole picture, the things you say in the long term, that enemy starts to pick up, so like be wary of that. They know your weaknesses and your vulnerabilities. You notice how hard it is to crush a coffee bean. It takes work and effort to grind them down, so like no one can grind you down or destroy who you are. It's like aroma. I just get this aroma of like it smells like a multitude of things. Like you can smell and sense that person from afar, so you don't have to go through this again. Like you know who that person is. You know how to avoid them or stay away from them next time, and you know what to say the first time around so that they leave you alone, so that they don't be drawn to you like flies on honey, right? Like you know what to say next time. Smell, aroma, sense. Like you just know who these people are, so you can avoid the drama and the issues, and so you don't have to ask for money from these type of people next time, because they'll take it and twist it and milk it for what it's worth, and they will never leave you alone. So be careful of lending someone money and asking someone for money or a favor during this time. Get to know who this person truly is before you do such things. Trust them and make sure they are not the type of person to do that. Okay? Alright guys, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed these pick-up cards. That was very fun. I'd love to do this again and decorate the table again. This was quite great. Alright, you guys. Again, if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel, tap the bell, and hit all notifications. I'd really appreciate it so much. So much time, energy, works goes to this YouTube channel. I'd love to see you guys back in the comments section. And I love reading. I read every one of your comments. I don't have always time to reply, but I do read and acknowledge and take to heart everything you say, and accountability. And I'm looking forward to do more. And again, if you'd like to book your own services from me, just check out Bomboni and use those coupon codes. For you, those are just for my booth.